This is HeKnowsFitness Sport, bringing you that heat and that fire. Woo! Beanie mode time, dog. We got to get it in, man. Errol the True Spence then gave the lineup. Danny Garcia, Manny Pacquiao, and Terence Crawford. I see the first person who got hot and bothered like grits was Danny Garcia. Oh, I see something in Spence. No, we see something, all right. We're going to call this See Something 2.0 variation. Let me say it again. We see something 2.0 variation. No, I see what you see. I see a second rendition of you being regressed, just like Mikey Garcia, to a what? A Uber, a Lyft, and a whole lot. Hey, taxi, Tijuana cab driver fighter. Listen, man, the truth of the fact of the matter is this, and you got to understand this. Spence eats up Garcia's for breakfast. Spence puts Garcia's in hibernation status. Spence makes Garcia's piss amber. You don't want to have 12 rounds in the ring with Errol the True Spence. You done heard Derrick James. Derrick James told you Spence is hitting harder now. I love this, man, because guess what? Now, Errol the True Spence has made his argument basically unflawed. He's made his argument impenetrable. He's made his argument basically the solitude of fortress, dog. Just like Superman's home. Let me say it again. The solitude of fortress. Just like Superman's home. Unless your ass got the strength that a Superman have, you can't open up the key that's under that rug to open up the solitude of fortress. Because it's just that damn powerful. The truth of the fact of the matter is this. Danny Garcia is going to get his ass whooped. Danny Garcia is going to be on hibernation status for 52 fucking days. What is 5 plus 2? That's 7. 7 equals what? The number of confirmation. That's how long his ass is going to be on hibernation status. Danny Garcia doesn't know what he's getting himself into. His style is tailor-made for Errol the True Spence. He's too flat-footed, doesn't let his hands go, and he's a predictable counterer. Let me say it again. He's too flat-footed, he doesn't let his hands go, and he's a predictable counterer. So we already know, fighting a guy who is a technically and fundamentally sound fighter that works the body and then offs with the damn head. Come on, y'all just do the math. Y'all already know how that fight's gonna happen. Now let's get to Manny Pacquiao, Mr. AARP. Whoo, man, Keith Thurman still got me hot and bothered like grits. Let me say it again. He still got me hot and bothered like grits. I picked him because of the Florida connection. But guess what? His flute playing Titanic self got exposed. This ain't going to be the case for Errol the True Spence. If you notice, Manny Pacquiao's been waffling. Duck Errol the True Spence. Not, but 4 times for Quartlet, dog. Let me say it again. But 4 times for Quartlet. Ducked his ass 4 times, folks. The truth of the fact of the matter is, Manny Pacquiao knows what time it is. He thought that car crash was going to take a toll. This is what Manny Pacquiao does. This is why he fought Keith Thurman. He's fighting Keith Thurman fresh off of an injury. He thought he could get Errol the True Spence fresh off of a car crash. But when he saw Errol the True Spence running, he saw Errol the True Spence getting back in shape. Oh, hell no. I don't want no parts of that. That looked like everything that was calling me in that ring saying, hey, we could basically make the AT&T Stadium pack. We could have this thing having 40,000+ people. Manny Pacquiao knows what time it is, man. He knows he will be filling up that AARP card if he fights Errol the True Spence. Errol the True Spence will put his ass on AARP status. Because, again, what is he the totality of? Mr. Tactical Aggression, technical puncher placement, and body snatching work, the levying onslaught of the punishment style. There's a reason why it's a levying onslaught. Because, just like Mannonia, dog, like when Thor says, when the Frost Giants get hit by the mighty blow of the Mannonia, they crumble, dog. Let me say it again. When the Frost Giants get hit by the mighty blow of Mannonia, they crumble. That's what Errol the True Spence fist is. It's a Mannonia, man. It makes Frost Giants AARP retirement Pac-Man style. Sorry I had to do it to you, but it makes you crumble. Manny Pacquiao knows this. He knows that he has a brittle left, basically of years left in his boxing career. He doesn't want to go through that, and I don't blame him. Why would you want to do that? Why would you want to be the elder statesman southpaw and fight not only the best welterweight, but the most refined southpaw that's technically sound, fundamentally sound, basically can do what you do, throw punches in fucking bunches, throw over 1,000 punches, but throw it with what? Strategy. Throw it with what? Technique. You don't want that, Manny Pacquiao. Because you already know it's basically the same punches that you're throwing, but it's coming with accuracy. And every punch, when it hits, is going to hit with mean intentions. So I can understand why Manny Pacquiao is ducking that smoke. This is the 4th time that Manny Pacquiao has ducked a fighter. Manny Pacquiao has been clamoring for Floyd Mayweather left and right, but he ducked Errol the Truth Spence 4 times. That tells you everything that you need to know. Now let's get to Terence Crawford. How you going to sit here and say Errol the Truth Spence is easy work? This is the stuff that I'm talking about. Once a always a chihuahua barking behind the damn fence. Let me say it again. Once a always a chihuahua barking behind the damn fence. This dude is a chihuahua. Why do I call him a chihuahua? What do chihuahuas do when you come and run up on them? They act brand new. They act like they wasn't even barking. They get all scared. They go to their master. Matter of fact, they run behind their master's feet. Who's his master? Bob Arum. Bob Arum's just trying to cash out Terence Crawford. He doesn't want Terence Crawford to be damaged goods. This is predictable. This is evident. This is a pattern with Top Rank. When they don't want a fighter to be damaged, and Bob Arum needs to make the most bottom line off of them, they are going to proposition them for the biggest fight. Because we already know what time it is. This is Hagler and Hearns 2.0. Let me say it again. It's Hagler versus Hearns 2.0. The same bullshit. If you go back and look at that fight, Tommy Hitman Hearns was running his fucking mouth. Oh, I'm going to outbox Marvin Hagler. I'm going to show him this. I'm going to show him that. All Marvin Hagler did was like, yeah, I'm going to punish him. I'm going to stop him. Same jargon. That's why I said the feeling in the air is the same shit. And you know what they did? They disrespected and they basically underrated Marvin Hagler's boxing ability. They thought Tommy Hitman Hearns was going to be the better boxer because he was longer, just like Terence Crawford. He has the longer reach. They thought that he was just better and more technically savvy in the boxing ring, more fundamentally sound. But lo and behold, you learn that Marvin Hagler was just flat out better in all aspects when they stepped into the ring. That's why he parked his ass in 5 fucking rounds. Spence is going to stop Terence Crawford within 6. Let me say it again. Spence is going to stop Terence Crawford within 6 rounds. He's going to flatline, Hulk, smash. And there's no 2 ways around that bad boy. Book it. Because this chihuahua, every time he keeps barking behind the damn fence, it just makes Errol the True Spence remember when he confronted his ass and told him, you too light on your ass, I will straight up stop you. I'm convinced that Errol the True Spence is going to stop him within 6 because Mean Machine dropped his ass within 3. Let me say it again. Mean Machine dropped his ass within 3. And here's the thing. Mean Machine was using Errol the True Spence strategy. That's how he was able to drop Terence Crawford. He just couldn't have the stamina or the wherewithal of having that solid foundation that Errol the True Spence had in order for him to last for 12 fucking rounds. We're talking about a guy that's an Energizer Bunny that keeps going and going and going. We're talking about a guy that they call him the truth because what? There's no lies in his damn fist. This is the guy that's going to fight Terence Crawford. Y'all have to look at how this fight is going to play out. It's the law of attrition. It's not about who can outbox who. It's about who can outlast who. Let me say it again. That was so deep and profound. Hear me and hear me. Well, y'all got to let that thing marinate in the corpus callosum and in the medulla oblongata. Again, hear me and hear me. Well, this is not a fight of who can outbox who. It's a fight of the law of attrition. Who is going to outlast who? Errol the True Spence spars 18 rounds. Errol the True Spence is an Energizer Bunny. He's built too big, too durable, and too tough. Let me say it again. Too big, too durable, and too tough. When the punishment starts getting levied, because Terence Crawford has a flawed DNA fighter style, once he gets hit, what does he do? Hit me, I'm going to hit you back. Hit me, I'm going to hit you back. Hit me, I'm going to hit you back. Fighters always breed familiarity. Did you guys not remember the term? Familiarity breeds complacency. Let me say it again. Familiarity breeds complacency. So when he gets hit, what do you think's going to happen? Hit me, I'm going to hit you back. Hit me, I'm going to hit you back. Hit me, I'm going to hit you back. You can't play that fuck shit with Errol the True Spence because once you do that, you're going to get tactical aggression. You're going to get technical punching placement and you're going to get body snatching work, the levying onslaught of the punishment style. Terence Crawford's not going to quit mentally. But guess what? His ass will quit physically. Let me say it again. Terence Crawford is not going to quit mentally. But guess what? His ass is going to quit physically. So when you hear Errol the True Spence give the lineup, Danny Garcia's first, Manny Pacquiao second, and Terence Crawford is third, that tells me everything I need to know. So where's the reverse bias, aka detractors, aka panders? You know where they're at? They have to stop the presses and pump the brakes on the nonsense. Go sit down somewhere and what? Higgity fucking hush. Even them, they have to give Errol the True Spence credit. Because when you give a lineup like that in the welterweight division, that's called welterweight supremacy. Isn't that what you talked about Floyd Mayweather? Isn't that what you said? You wanted, if these fighters are going to have to fight me, they're going to have to do some legendary stuff so that I could come out of retirement. Well, ain't that what Errol the True Spence doing? Fighting a Danny Garcia, fighting a Manny Pacquiao, fighting a Terence Crawford. So guess what? If Floyd Mayweather, if you coming back, then Errol the True Spence has set the tone. Because after he's done with these three welterweights, we gonna have Spence versus Mayweather. Let me say it again. After he's done with these three welterweights, we're gonna have Spence versus Mayweather. But I think Mayweather's not that dumb to understand that once Spence basically runs rampage and runs basically roughshod on all through these welterweights, his ass gonna stay where he's at. He's gonna stay retired. Because remember, one airfield fighter to the next airfield fighter is transparency. Let me say it again. One airfield fighter to the next airfield fighter is transparency. And what does an old roaring lion look like trying to come in fighting the hungry one? The young and hungry one. We already know what the outcome of that's going to be. So the truth of the fact of the matter is, all we're getting from Terence Crawford with this nonsense of easy work is a chihuahua barking behind the damn fence. Believe your stuff all you want. But when your ass get dropped, all of these Bud Man fans, these Omaha Nebraskans, they gonna feel some type of way. I done told you guys, the reason why all of these fake ass Terence Crawford fans have manufactured is because of the beatdown that Errol the True Spence gave Mikey Garcia. He beat up their little Mikey. Oh my God, my little Mikey. Go look at everyone that's sitting here getting behind Terence Crawford. They have a Ramirez, a Suarez, Gutierrez associated with them. You know why? Because of the fact that Errol the True Spence decapitated one of their favorite Mexican fighters. So they're getting behind Terence Crawford. They don't even believe in Terence Crawford. And when Terence Crawford loses, you know what they're going to say? Man, Errol the True Spence fought him when he was too old. Errol the True Spence fought him because, Terence Crawford, he's too small. Which one is it? I thought he was the guy that was the boogeyman. I thought he was the guy that supposedly was the welterweight that Errol the True Spence was scared of. See, this is the stuff that I'm talking about. Classic Dolce and Troglodyte. Rudy Poo and Plum Plum Brain, ultra fanboys with the ultra fanboy rhetoric. He knows his sport is always going to get the last laugh. Because just like Errol the True Spence is in the ring, he knows his sport is the ultimate truth teller on YouTube. Let me say it again. Just like Errol the True Spence is in the ring, he knows his sport is the ultimate truth teller on YouTube. And what have I always told you guys? The truth will always have its day, and the truth hurts, but guess what? It will set you free. So when it's all said and done, Errol the True Spence is going to park, punish, and stop Terence Crawford. That is basically how it's set up. And then he's going to dominate 154. Now that's the cold-hearted, the unadulterated, and cutthroat truth teller fashion. This is HeKnowsFitness. Check it out.